I utilize Articulate to create e-learning opportunities for our volunteers. A lot of things. But some of my favorite features in Articulate is obviously now we have AI tools. So most recently, I've utilized the AI tools to be able to take text that I've gotten from subject matter experts to condense it down to be more effective for learners. I use the text and audio features to create closed captioning. I love that feature. Um, I I just love that it's has a ton of accessibility options also for my users. It's really user friendly in my opinion. Also, there if I don't know how to do something, I can go to the internet or go to the community page and I can look up why my trigger doesn't work and somebody's encountered the issue before and I can get help. So I don't feel like I'm alone. I feel like I said there's a whole community of people utilizing it. So I feel like I always have support. Um, Outside of the program, I also love that there's consistent learning opportunities through the company. So they have webinars that are like real time, or they always post them, so you can go back and you can review them. Yeah, I just love it. Really, honestly, I love it. I used Captivate before, and this is like a huge step up compared to that. It's PowerPoint on steroids, if we even want to compare it to PowerPoint. There's just so much that you can do. I feel like it's limitless, and I'm constantly learning. One of the areas, and I know AI is really new, but the images part, like I really am excited. I'm hopeful that it will grow and get better. But if you type in like to find an image, for example, I work for Girl Scouts, so I type Girl Scouts. I've gotten like images where hands were missing and things like that. So I know over time it will get better. It's kind of laughable, but it's not usable. So that's one area that I definitely can see that it can improve. Um, other than that, like I feel like, you know, the developers are up with the time. So whenever there is a concern or there might be a bug or something, it's really remedied or fixed, or they create the the ability to do whatever people have asked for. So there's not really anything that I'm lacking that I need right now in storyline. Oh, 10 for sure. I don't really find any scenarios where it's not necessarily appropriate, but primary function of my job is to create e-learning to put on an LMS system, so it aligns right with that. I'm able to go in and create my e-learning, make it as long or as short as I need it to be, to have my audio on it, my text, my closed captioning, all of the tools that I'm using, I'm able to do in the Storyline product. I choose Storyline over Rise because of the functionalities. For me, Rise is still limited. I've used Captivate before for a small amount of time, about 6 months. And then I've obviously used PowerPoint as well. I mean, you can't even really compare them. They're far superior. It's made our department like turn a full 360 degrees. It saves us a lot of time because it is just so user friendly, and the ability to use it, like I mentioned before, the fact that there is so much support inside the program, but also outside, has allowed, us to be able to find answers that we need. The engagement pieces that we're able to put in, knowledge checks, all of that. It's all built in. There's templates in there. So if I can't think of something like, my design brain isn't on, then I'm able to see what somebody else has created. And like I mentioned before, the community, it not only do they offer you answers, but they also, a lot of these friends, I like to call them, offer up the projects that they've made before. So, and give you the file and allow you to be able to take bits and pieces so then you can add it to your project to help all learners out there. Yeah, so I develop my content in either Rise, but most of the time in Storyline, and then I push it out into Review 360 to allow my subject matter experts or my coworkers in my department to review it before then I push it to our LMS. Unfortunately, it isn't in our budget to be able to use Reach 360. I have pushed things in there because we do have a limited amount of space with our subscription. However, we need to have more users than we're allowed. I love Reach 360. I hope and dream that we'll eventually be able to get there, but at this point, we don't have the budget to be able to switch over. But I just love how really all of the programs, the whole suite is very integrated. So when you're working on something in one thing, you can easily move throughout the whole suite to access all the other software. I think both of them, but most importantly, the faster course creation. Because before I would have to maybe utilize another AI assistant to edit my text or something like that. Here, I just pop it in, I click a button, it edits it, I review it, I click another button, and it puts it there, right? And so there's no copy paste situation going on anymore. So it definitely speeds up the process. And like I said, the images and things like that, I have utilized those features. And again, it's most of the time it's okay. Sometimes it isn't, but I'm hopeful that as like we develop and, time moves on, then it will get better. And so then that would definitely help me in a lot of ways. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yes, absolutely. Yes, 100%. I mean, I use the Microsoft suite of products, so like Excel and Outlook, SharePoint, but otherwise, not really anything else because for my tools and what I need, this is pretty much what I'm in 90% of the day. I mean, we're all forced to use them because our company provides them, but meh, they're not my favorite. So